Hey everybody, I'm Trevor.
I'm a big ass boat.
We are the Anthony and Todd Show. Today we're going to be taking a look at the latest Lil Yachty record, Nuthin to Prove.
Nut.
Lil Yachty is the Hawaiian Punch mascot. He is part of the oversaturation of Atlanta trap. Yachty, I feel like, is both underrated and overrated because I think that he's really overrated for his work with groups like Migos or a lot of the features that he does that really feel like...
just like, hey guys, you want to make a record in the back of my van?
Yeah, he's kind of just phoning it in. I think he's also overrated for Lil Boat 2, which actually garnished a lot of good reviews for the kind of bland trap record that it was.
Okay, my honest opinion about that, I think the reason why people like that, because it wasn't Teenage Emotion. Anything that was not Teenage Emotion, people thought were going to be 10 out of 10. Because on Teenage Emotion, his previous record, his 2017 release, people thought that he was too singy, he was too uncharacteristic, and overall, he was just so auto-tune all the time, too saturated, just too Hawaiian Punch flavored, too much sugar. It's going to give you diabetes.
There's too much.
But on Little Boat 2, it was nothing. It was zero sugar Hawaiian Punch. It tasted like ass, but people said, oh, there's zero sugar in it, so it must be good. That's literally how Little Boat 2 is perceived, because it wasn't Teenage Emotion. People thought it was good.
Yes.
That's my honest opinion about it.
But I also feel like Yachty is underrated for work like Lil Boat 1, where he was like very creative and bouncy and fun and bright in this area of hip-hop that was really dark and not grimy, but very pessimistic almost. It was like a breath of fresh air coming through, and a lot of people didn't take Yachty seriously for that, but I actually found a lot of his work to be really compelling and fun because of that. He was dancing to his own beat.
Little Boat was great. I will get crucified for saying that, but I really fucking love Little Boat 1. I thought it was fun. And I don't think he really measured the par with like Summer Songs 2 and Teenage Emotion or Little Boat 2. But I think Little Boat 1, it was the nice mixture of kind of being in the Atlanta trap scene, but still being a kid in the Atlanta trap scene.
Yes. Yachty on here says that he has nothing to prove, but I think what he actually has to prove is that he can make better music than Lil Boat 2, that he can get out of that trap scene. This new record is more of a dark, moody style, in contrast to Lil Boat 1, but going along a lot with Lil Boat 2. Has features from the likes of people like Trippie Redd, Playboi Carti, Juice WRLD, Cardi B, Offset, and of course, Gunna.
It's legally required. If you're an Atlanta hip-hop artist, you must have Gunna featured, or else Atlanta government is going to crucify you.
Get Gunna out.
You either have to have Gunna or Lil Baby. You choose. If you get them both, you get a gold star in the Atlanta government.
You get a get out of jail free card. Nothing to Prove is 47 minutes long and has 15 tracks. And I think Yachty proves himself.
I liked it. I really liked this. I thought it was fun.
It was fun.
I had fun with this. Fuck anyone who said otherwise. This was fun. This was fun to me. You want to know why it's fun? Because it was awkward as fuck. This is like an episode of like Curb Your Enthusiasm. It just makes you cringe.
This record, I actually thought about it a lot, and I compared a lot to Kanye's Graduation. Not in the sense of musical style, but Kanye is talking about how he's on the top of the hill. We've talked about this multiple times. Kanye's on top of the mountain. Nobody can tell him anything. He is the greatest of all time. He's the greatest that ever lived. Let him be. But this is if Lil Yachty has that same mindset, except for he goes to all the same parties that Kanye's at, but nobody invited him, and it's just really awkward. He also has no communication skills whatsoever.
This is Lil Yachty, and then Future and Juice WRLD versus Kanye West and 50 Cent. Modern day retelling. But I had fun with this because it is really awkward and it's very prevalent. I've never all Lil Yachty projects are awkward, but it's more prevalent in this one than any others because he's working with like more awkward people than ever. Lil Baby, Juice WRLD, Playboi Carti, Trippie Redd, Offset, Gunna.
I mean, literally just I feel
Kevin Gates.
Yachty is actively working against himself on this project, or he just sat around and said, how can I make this as awkward as possible?
But literally, like, I think Lil Yachty beating awkward, these are works two ways. One, he's so awkward that it makes like people like Cardi B and Offset look like amazing. Or he's so awkward that he makes like people like almost like Juice WRLD and Gunna seem like they're cut from the same cloth as them, and they blend in so well. The Gunna feature on here, relatively painless. It was almost like a Novocaine shot. Lil Yachty was the Novocaine shot before Gunna ripped my tooth out. But I had fun with this. I think the favorite moments going on, I like Gimme My Respect. That was just like nice, like open over this very like fat beat. It reminded me of the first two tracks, especially Get Dripped with Playboi Carti. Reminds me a lot of what I liked about Playboi Carti's Die Lit. Very minimal in a sense, but it still is a lot of fun. Is Lil Yachty saying anything noteworthy or anything with any lyrical depth? No. Has he ever said anything? Has he ever said anything with lyrical depth? No. But that's what I think his flows and his just performance is so fun. Even though he's just, if you're just saying random words that make no sense, I think it could be fun and playful and nice, even though it is awkward and stupid. But I really enjoy that mashup of Yachty and Playboi Carti on Get Dripped. I think that pairing is just destined to happen. I'm glad it finally did. I just think I enjoy what Playboi Carti did on Die Lit. I'm glad Yachty's taking elements of that, just like nonsensical lyricism, like on that track Playboi Carti did with Chief Keef, where he literally just said Miley, don't care, but Miley, that's what it was. But if you just saying like just syllables and none of them add up, and then talking about like Kanye and the entire Kardashian clan, and none of it makes any sense. And I think that style of flow is almost the feature of hip hop in a sense, where nothing makes any sense, not a surrealist tone. Just like in just a stupid tone that just I find amusing personally. But going on, there's some like actually like really interesting moments on here. Like I really enjoy the moment "Who Want the Smoke," which has this like mindless hook that just has been stuck in my head for days. Where Yachty's like, "Who want the smoke? Who want the smoke? Who want the smoke?" And then Cardi B's like, "Yes, I would like the smoke. Can I purchase one smoke, please?" And Offset's like, "Also, I would like to purchase one smoke." And they all smoke. But I think Lil Yachty just starts off with this very awkward hook. The hook's awkwardness is the charm of it. Without that like awkward style, this album would have nothing to it. It would be pretty bland. But I think Yachty's style makes everyone else seem better. Not like he makes everyone seem like they're better rappers or better than they actually are. I think he brings the best out of everyone, which is nice with his performance.
Sure.
Forever World with Trippie Redd is very beautiful. And I think Trippie Redd with this and Topanga is coming into a really weird point of his career where I think he's actually kind of mastering some of the skills, which is strange.
He's getting too good.
I want to be to the point where people actually think like Trippie Redd's music is good, because we enjoyed
Life's a Trip.
Yeah, we enjoyed Life's a Trip, but we also saw there was like a lot of flaws with it. But like I want to get to the point where Trippie Redd's like actually making good music that I can't say is my guilty pleasure. For the most part, but like this actually was a really credible moment. And even though I think it is a bit off-pointing because Yachty is just the verse man on it,
He's
and
so
then
awkward.
Yeah, and like Trippie Redd does this beautiful hook which is very spacey, and then Yachty comes in and it's like, "Hey, you want to do some math homework?" I'm just like, "What the fuck are you talking about, nerd? Get out of my class." But like it's I find it to be a very like breath of fresh air. Yacht Club of Juice WRLD.
That's my favorite track on here.
Yachty and Juice WRLD have a surprising amount of chemistry, more chemistry than Future and Juice WRLD have, which is -5. No chemistry. They owe me some chemistry. They owe me some chemistry assignments. And if not, I'm gonna fail them. But I think they just feel like very like they seem like friends in real life.
Mm-hmm. And they trade off verses flawlessly, talking about like the very same thing. It's almost like two friends who just like banter back and forth and like come up with a really long running joke. That's essentially like what this track is. It's just a really like long running joke about how much wealth they have and just how much stuff in their possession that they have.
Some only moments that going back to that, I love that line, beat that ass like Nexus. I don't think Lil Yachty has ever seen a wrestling match in his life, so I think someone ghost wrote him for it. That's how I know, because Lil Yachty does not watch wrestling. But other than that, I think this is relatively fine. I think there's some more heart hitting moments, like Worth It, where Lil Yachty is just being really nice and clean, talking about this girl is a 10 regardless of how she dresses or how she looks, because he loves her, which is nice. Aww. It's a nice, pretty moment. I think this thing may go on like a track or two long. I think Stoney is just kind of there.
Why the heck is Post on here?
Yeah, why did they put an entire album on here? But yeah, I think this is relatively heartless. I had fun with this. This isn't better than Little Boat 1, but I liked it nonetheless.
It's definitely better than Little Boat 2.
I'm feeling an okay to good on this. I really had a lot of fun with this, and Yachty definitely proved himself to me, even though he had nothing to prove. Even though he had nothing to nut. But if you want to hear us talk more about music, we also have a podcast called The Anthony Todd Show every week. Apple Music, Spotify, links down below in the description. And if you want to see more reviews, I'm going to put the Little Boat review on screen, Little Boat 2 review on screen. I'm also going to put a thing on a piece we did on Little Pump. So if you want to check that out, you can also as well. It should be on screen right now. But until next time, guys, I've been Vincent.
I'm Trevor.
And see ya, boyos.
Bye, everybody.